think many going to try to land in that landing zone because 35 is an advantage early for any team.
Easton Stick gets the start under center on first down. The handoff to Elijah Dotson. And Dotson gets back to the line of scrimmage. So one of those rules is that touchback to the 35. Also new this year, the digital line to gain. So any type of measurement, we won't have the chain gain come out anymore. It'll be a digital measurement. And there's also been an adjustment to the onside kick rule. You can now do that at any time. You just have to declare it if you want to have an onside kick.
Yeah, it used to be just for the fourth quarter. Now you can do it anytime you want. Just have to clarify like you mentioned.
Easton Stick now in the shotgun. There to stand up, Elijah Dotson. And we're going to see right now, do you go for it here or do you test the leg of Lenny Craig, one of the kickers, because you've got that kicking situation with Craig and Younghoe Koo.
Be about a 55-yarder from here. Looks like they're going to save that for later in the game. We'll see what they can pull through here on a nice fourth down opportunity.
4th and 3. Stick going down the sideline looking for Sills. Incomplete. There is no flag. Gabriel Boodle on the coverage. Offensive guy says pass interference. Defensive guy says that was clean. The Lions take over at their own 38-yard line. Hendon Hooker has the quarterback Craig Reynolds in the backfield on first down. Hooker comes towards the sideline and completes the pass to his tight end, Shane Siltra, who gets tackled right away. Time for our Home Depot tools of the game. How doers get more done. Guys, the preseason storylines.
Yeah, you just mentioned it about maybe getting a kick in. This is going to be a big-time, I think, battle between the two kickers in Lenny Craig and Younghoe Koo. Younghoe Koo missed 9 field goals last season. They brought in a little competition. We'll see if he, can withstand Craig.
Hooker in trouble, gets rid of it, and he gets hit right away. And that is by Ebiketie.
They're getting some pressure on that quarterback, and that's exactly what this team wants to see happen. They went out and got some guys. They have some guys coming back who have been productive for them. Ebiketie getting some nice pressure there early on, and that was a great tackle on the first play by DeMarco Helms. Good to see him back out in the field.
That's part of that back end. That's the competition. 3rd down.
Well, last year they were -6 in the turnover differential. They need more of that to happen this season.
Josh Woods was the one who forced the fumble.
Looks like a run.
In motion is Sills on first down. Hand off to Dotson. Nice run here on first. Takes it up to the 38-yard line. Keith Cooper with the tackle.
Like to see the offense get their feet under them a little bit. First preseason game, a lot of these guys out there playing in the NFL for the first time. It's a little bit easier, I think, for the defense, right? I mean, they're just letting loose going. And we saw Stick get pressured a couple of times on that first drive. You think after a turnover, maybe take a shot, but nah, coaches say, let's just get things settled here, operate our offense.
What you just said is a great point. If this were the regular season, the likelihood is on that first play, they're taking a shot. Instead, a handoff here again. Able to get outside as Dotson. We've got a flag thrown in the area of holding.
Yeah, they may get former Gator there, Felipe Franks on the edge, trying to seal the edge at the tight end spot.
Offense number 69. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
It'll be against Jack Nelson.
Yeah. Jack Nelson, the guy they drafted this year. You see him on the right side right there. And as soon as he tries to pull away, you can see it on the edge there, holding on to him. You got to let him go, Jack. Drafted him out of Wisconsin in the 7th round. Now they know we're going to see a lot of. They played a bunch of football for Wisconsin, a big, physical, tough player. Raheem says he's a downhill blocker. That time got a little bit too much of a shoulder pass that I know Coy would like.
Yeah, we kind of see that sometimes, though, right? I mean, Nelson gave up a pressure off the right edge on that first drive, and now he's trying to maybe do too much. He'll get settled down here, and as you mentioned, Shock, they love his potential. He can really bully some people up there on that line.
And we talk about the line. How about the starting line is not dressed for this game.
Right.
So you're looking at guys who maybe come in, be the 6th, 7th lineman to help provide depth.
And one guy is the center, Joe.
As the intended receiver was Isaac Tesla.
Good coverage on the back end from Natron, both coming 35 there. He's a guy that's been really fighting and competing on the outside there. It's a big battle in that secondary for that other corner spot. Obviously, they signed Mike Hughes back, but Natron Brooks is a guy who has made a lot of flashy plays in camp already. With some of the, let's go with Drake London every day, Darnell Mooney, and, all the guys that really can make you look bad, but he's held his own. There's Jalen Walker there. You see the jersey already torn up a little bit, trying to get around that corner.
James Pierce Jr. went off for this play. 2nd down and 10. Okay. Oh, there's a big hit, knocks the ball loose. We've got plenty of flags. It was DeMarco Hellams who laid the hit. Craig Reynolds, the intended receiver. And we're going to have to wait to see exactly what this is. There's 2 flags on the play.
Coach, I think you may get some sort of pass interference because he came really clean. That's usually you see a big play from receivers to get him free. And you see Hellams talking a lot of trash at that Detroit sideline.
That looked like a clean hit.
Led with his shoulder.
Look at his forearm. This is the big hits, the knockbacks, the body blows that this guy will bring to the table. We saw him doing it last preseason. There's a reason he's nicknamed Hitman Hellams. Coach says he has a great mindset. He's fast. He can get to the ball. We saw that right there. DeMarco says he wants to show he's healthy and get out there and continue to make big plays, impact plays for your defense.
You see that back end battle. He brought George Fuller in for a 1-year deal. We see the
fouls by both teams on the play. Pass interference, offense number 18, personal foul, unnecessary roughness number 27, 23. This penalty's offset, replay 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that call. I thought he did a good job with his shoulder and forearm.
When you have an offensive player saying, then you know there's a very questionable call. That's an incredible play. What more do you teach? He didn't hit to the head or neck area. He didn't lead with his head. I mean, this is a perfect hit right to the chest, knocking the ball loose. I mean, this...
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Coaches are going to be just fine with that. You can see Coach Morris saying, let's move on, fellas. Keep it up.
Coming up, going back to that hit by Hellams, in real time, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Right? The head snaps back of the offensive player. You think there's something wrong. When we see the replay, though, you see it was the clean hit.
Shoulder, forearm, all that. And one thing Coach Ross said, we got to slow DeMarco down in practice sometimes. This guy is always going fast. He wants to hit people. Last season, during preseason, during camp, he almost did one of his own teammates like that. He said, we got to figure out how to slow this guy down because he has a motor about him. Big 3rd down here. Can those pass rushers get home?
Pressure coming over the middle. The pass is tipped, incomplete. Another big hit by Hellams. That time, he could have had a play on the ball, but he was looking to make the hit. Jackson Meeks with the drop.
I don't think he wants any part of the football. He wants all man. As you can see the last 2 plays, yeah. He laughing like, yeah, he got a little scared there. Maybe a little alligator horns, but
they went a little man-free coverage there. Man coverage underneath, and when you have a guy like Hellams back there roaming as your deep safety, as a receiver, you're going to want to always know exactly where he is, and especially as a quarterback, too, not putting your receivers in harm's way.
Jack Fox to punt. D. Alford is back. Fair catch signaled and made at the 13-yard line. Well, we are seeing early on, you don't want to throw in the direction of DeMarco Hellams.
Hellams of a player he is.
Falcons on top of the Lions, 5:22 to go. Or is that Drummond? That was Drummond actually on the catch. 7-yard completion, so here comes the punt team. Bradley Pinion on to punt.
it's a good job of separation by Drummond, though. He does a good job at the top of the route, coming flat. Easton Stick throws him down. Just a little bit too much to overcome there after lost yardage play, but a really good play there from both those guys. It's okay to end on a punt sometimes.
Pinion. 37. Another flag is thrown.
There's Hellams showing up on punt team as well. All kinds of yellow on that field right now.
Officials have been busy so far here in this first quarter. Typically, that's the case in the preseason. One, they're on heightened alert. Two, the teams aren't as refined.
Sometimes you could argue the officials aren't as refined yet either.
There were 2 fouls by the receiving team on the play, both during the return. Holding, number 43, this penalty is declined. Holding, number 17, this penalty happened during the kick. The 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
You know, I think that speed we've been seeing on defense is showing up on special teams too, forcing a bunch of penalties in that. Yeah, most of your special teamers are going to be those defenders, defensive backs, and linebackers, and they're showing up. You've got those 2 edge rushers, the first round.
Kutch standing behind Michael Penix Jr. He's watching, cheering on his teammates, wearing the headphones, listening to all the calls. He's excited to get going. He's got a new starting center this season, and it's going to be a unique lefty-to-lefty connection in the NFL. Penix was telling me pregame, the ball placement when the ball gets snapped is different. Right-handed centers, the ball ended up more in his palm. With Ryan Neutral, it's ending up with the nose in his fingertips. He's got a better grip. Can't wait to see that on display when the starters take the field.
That's some great detail right there and some good defense right here by this Falcons team. It's Rook.
That's a really good detail, what Jim just talked about, because as a quarterback, the best way to receive the football, the best way you want it, is right in the grip where you can get right away. You see what he was able to do last season. He wants to upgrade this completion percentage. He wants this right here to be a lot higher than it was last year. But this is a guy who, DJ Williams, who I talked to before the game, the quarterback's coach, said this guy's recall is so good. He's made to play.
1-yard punt, 19-yard return.
During the kick, personal foul, illegal blindside block, return team number 38. It's half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick, first down.
So that's the second personal foul against the Falcons in this quarter. One that we all agreed should not have been one. And now this on special teams.
Small things that you look back on the film and say, we have things we can work on and things you can clean up. And obviously not just terrible penalties that you don't want, but you don't want those penalties that's going to take you back and set you back. And right now you're putting your offense in a bad position here inside the 20-yard line.
Overall, as preseason games usually seem to go, we've had some penalties, but maybe not all that many compared to what is typical.
Way to jinx it. Way to jinx it, Coywater. First down, play action. Pass dumped off. There's that guy again. Drummond has been busy in this first quarter.
And here's another thing I like by offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. Corey, you talked about it. Last couple drives, he began some pressure, like guys getting in his face. First play of this series, they get him on the edge, they get him outside, give him a clean sight to throw the football, and gets it to Drummond. Now you're ahead of the chains instead of staying behind it, or now it's 2nd and 11. Now you can play from in front of the chains. That helps you.
Sean Corbin in the backfield. Those wide receivers who stood out, that's one of the battles that we'll have throughout the year, or throughout this preseason, that wide receiver position. Bradley Pinion on to punt. Tom Kennedy is back, standing at his own 27-yard line. Taken to the 32. Great coverage. Open field tackle there on special teams. Billy Bowman Jr. A 47-yard punt, and there was Bowman. You can make a name for yourself on special teams. Billy Bowman Jr., a rookie, trying to figure out where he fits in, just made that play on special teams.
Best feeling in the world.
Fuller, a little slow to get up. That's actually number 23, DeMarco Hellams as well. Well, that is the end of the first quarter with the Falcons leading 3-0. We'll be back after this short time. 2nd down and 4. Handoff. Reynolds. Patience. And Reynolds has the first down as he's able to get up to the 47-yard line. Greg Reynolds, 6th year. Fits down. You're old stomping.
Old Pennsylvania boy.
Yeah.
He's one of the strongest guys on their team. That's why when you saw Helms knocking him back earlier is even more impressive. But Billy Bowman, the rookie in there, the draft pick, came up and got shot up into the backfield, made him slow his roll a little bit. Good team defensive play right there.
1st and 10 now from the 47. Handoff again. Pickup of 2 to the 49 for Reynolds.
Boy, you see Jalen Walker in there on that play again, and Woods as well. But one guy you didn't pay attention to, D'Angelo Malone, number 51. Last year, he was more of a guy that was on the edge, that kind of came off the corner a little bit and put his hand in the dirt. But he does a good job there of coming up, and now he's playing off the ball. You see Jalen Walker there playing the east side, does a good job of just, he gets kind of pancake at the end there, but he does a good job of holding that point and allowing the other guys to come make the play.
2nd and 8. Hooker takes the pass and he completes that one for a first down to Jackson Meeks, the rookie out of Syracuse. Josh Woods there for the tackle, but 2nd first down on this drive. By the way, do either of you guys do a double take when you see number 11 for the Falcons and it's on defense?
It's a little weird. I remember when he first got here, I asked him what number he's going to wear, obviously knowing he wore number 11 at Georgia. He kind of winked at me, so I kind of had a feeling that he was going to bring the number 11 back.
Pass to the near side, and Tom Kennedy down the sideline.
As a corner there, you want to make sure that you push everything back to your teammates, right? You don't want to lose contain and make it a long way to go for all the pursuit. One of those little things, they'll go back on field and get it squared away. Technique, alignment, assignment, and technique. Those are the 3 things that you want to focus on, especially as a young guy trying to prove you're worthy, trustworthy of making a team.
Best drive of the game so far for the Lions. First down, the handoff to Jabari Small. He gets brought down. Looked like getting hand in there was D'Angelo Malone.
Boy, going back to what you just talked about, you talked about the corner not being labeled. That's Kobe Bryant. Everybody has heard that name before, but that's the corner out of Kansas, number 37. A guy they were really high on. Didn't expect him to be there. They thought he'd probably get drafted. They were really excited to have him in his organization, but did a poor job there keeping contained on the outside.
2nd and 8, play action. Setting up the screen to the outside to the tight end, Shane Zylstra. He gets shoved out by D'Angelo Malone again, which will bring up 3rd and about 6.
Talked to Jeff Holbrook, the defensive coordinator for the game. He talked about he wants to unleash all these guys and show everybody what this defense is going to look like, but he said, not tonight, not this preseason. We're going to keep it pretty vanilla, but you still want to see guys ready to get home with a 4-man rush. But you can see you got the mugged up 8 gaps here, give them a different look, see if we can get some pressure here on 3rd and 6.
8th play of the drive for the Lions. Pressure is coming. Hooker escapes the pressure, has a block, and now he'll be taken down at the 20, shy of the first down marker. It's Josh Woods again. And we've got a player down for Detroit.
See Jeff Albert right there to the right of Raheem Morris. His 2nd stint here with the Atlanta Falcons.
That player down is Tristan Colon, 3rd string center for this Lions team.
We'll hope he is all right. One of the main keys of any preseason game is stay healthy, right?
4th down coming up. We'll have an update on Colon when we come back. Low snap for Hooker. Completes the pass. It's Isaac Tesla again, and he will have the first down. Picks up 7.
Really good route. I mean, you got to give the guy credit. The bottom of your screen out here. Good job playing man coverage, but he beats him to the inside. A bigger body guy in Tesla, and just beat Natron Books there to the football. They need the 3 yards. Easy conversion there for the Lions.
So 1st and 10 now, ball and 13. This drive continues. They got more yards on this drive than they had the entire first quarter. Toss out to Small, tries to get outside. Nicely done, chasing him down. Lamar Jackson, a different Lamar Jackson, not the MVP. But he's got some good speed too.
No doubt about it.
You can see the pursuit there. You have guys just shooting gaps. I talked to Jerry Gray, assistant head coach here before the game, and what he loves about it is we've seen in years past the 2-gap system, the 3-4 look. It's now 1 man, 1 gap. You just hit it and get it and let the pursuit take over. Let that offense feel that speed, feel that pressure. You can play fast as a defender when you have just 1 gap. 2nd and 8. Hooker, pressure coming, fumble, ball loose, recovered by Atlanta. Taquan Graham with the fumble recovery, and that is huge. And McCady knocked it free. Graham with a recovery, 2nd forced fumble and fumble recovery for the Falcons defense here tonight. As the Falcons take over at their own 17. First down is the handoff. Nowhere to go for Dotson. Let's take a look at our first quarter highlights presented by AT&T. Guys, D. Alford coming in to swoop it up, and how about the hit of the day? Bam! To Marco Helms, back from injury, proving that he's hungry for that starting spot beside Jake Bates back there in his secondary. Coach Morris, first one over there to show him some love on the sideline.
Look at the defensive back showing another defensive back love. Of course he is.
On 2nd and 11. Taking the shot down the field in a double coverage, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jesse Matthews. 2nd-year player out of San Diego State. 3rd and 11 upcoming. There is a flag, though, in the backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 99. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
That's against Broderick Martin. So that's a 1st down, a big break right there for the Falcons here with 8:54 to go in the first half.
Yeah, you'll take that because obviously you just mentioned he's got the 3rd and 11 behind the chains, and as he lets this football go, gets him up by the helmet. They're going to call that every time to get around that face mask. Bails the Falcons out here. Offense need to get something going here for real.
You can see the line, offensive line has settled down a bit in their pass pro, giving Stick some time to throw the ball there, and they're pushing that ball upfield. A lot of deep crossers. Stick. A crossing route to Drummond, and Drummond is across midfield, run out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Dylan Drummond, another catch for him. This goes for 24.
Love the patience. Had a little person in his face right there, but Stick not able to step into it, but thrown into that open window, and Drummond coming across. Detroit was in just a cover 3 single high. There's plenty of zones within that defense, and Stick does a really good job of just laying it into that hole. That's one of those kind of throws you see you got a layer of throw right over the linebacker, right into that voided zone. Does a good job of another big-time completion. You just talked about it, Corey. Crossing routes, pushing the football down the field. Offensive line gave him a little time. Good conversion.
We have a run here, though.
It is a run, and a run that's going nowhere. They're going to lose some on that. A nice defensive play. A guy who's used to defensive plays is standing by right now with Jen Hale.
Yeah, you could say he is definitely a staple of this defense, Coach. Caden Ellis, thanks so much for spending a little time with us. First of all, put your analyst hat on. 2 takeaways so far by your side of the ball. What do you like about this defense?
Oh, I love that. You know, we keep talking, preaching that the ball is oxygen, and that's something that Olbrich has brought with him, and he's been talking to us about day in and day out. It's all over the walls, every meeting room, and so having our defense start like this, it's awesome.
What does this Ulbrich system look like? What can fans expect week 1?
It's so aggressive. It's so aggressive. And I think that's what's so awesome about it. You're seeing it right now. You know, these guys are going out. They're playing fast. They're playing physical. And they're hunting that ball. And it's working so far.
Any of these camp battles that you're especially watching?
You know, I respect everybody's battle that they're going through right now, whether it's a small one or a big one. But I'll tell you what, I love the issue that we have of a lot of really good safeties on the field right now. And obviously you've already seen DeMarco. That was not an illegal hit. You've already seen him go out and make some plays. I saw Fuller almost knocked out a punch out. These guys are battling. Xavier's been amazing. So to have too many good safeties that are awesome and amazing players is a great problem to have.
Absolutely, and Coy Wire agrees with you as well. All right, you came here as a free agent in 2023. Established yourself, green dot leader on the field. Now no Grady Jarrett, so wow, are you ever going to have to step up? Take us inside the world of Caden Ellis. What have you worked on, and what type of responsibility will you shoulder this season?
You know, leadership is always something I think is earned, never given. You know, people have talked to me about it. My teammates, I know they respect me, and I respect every single one of them. Great, such a special individual. And you know what? Losing him is losing a big piece of leadership. So at the end of the day, I think collectively we got to step up. I know I'm ready to do my part. I know I'm ready to be here for my teammates, to love on them and lead in any way, shape, and form I can. And you know what? We'll see what the guys choose. But at the end of the day, it's earned, and I just want to show up every day for them.
Caden, we always love visiting with you. Thanks for all your insight and good luck this season.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. God bless.
Guys.
What a great job by Caden Ellis, and he was spot on. That was not an illegal hit.
We all knew that. Come on.
Bradley Pinion is on to punt. This is what we're talking about. He said it. You guys said it right away, too.
You know, as an offensive guy, to say a defensive guy didn't do anything wrong goes a long way for us.
Then you know it was a wrong call. That's right. Great job by Jen Hale there. Really showed Caden Ellis's character. I mean, that's the type of guy you want as your leader. When you have a guy like that in your locker room, it makes you play a little bit harder and do things the right way.
Pinion trying to pin this Lions team deep. And this is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Still 3-0 Falcons leading the Lions. .5:31 to go here in this first half. New quarterback in for Detroit is Kyle Allen. Taking over at his own 20. First play to hand off to Jabari Small. Small gets tripped up at the 23-yard line. Provide youth sports teams the opportunity to be on the field pre or post game, or simply entertain guests in our all-inclusive club spaces. Learn more about our group hospitality packages. You guys have talked about the excitement surrounding this team at Flowery Branch. People going to practice. Nice crowd on hand here for week 1 of the preseason. 2nd down and 7. Far side completes the pass to Tom Kennedy. As Kennedy quickly gets checked by Lamar Jackson. And we do have a flag, and this is going against Detroit.
Holding, offense number 65. 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
That's against Kingsley Iguakin. Iguakin, who was the backup center, came in when Tristan Colon got injured.
Yeah, he just pulled this guy to the ground. I mean, it was nothing clear about that. Didn't even try to block him, just grabbed him, just yanked him to the ground. Easy call for the referee on the back end.
Contavia Street went down to the street.
But Coach, talking about the fans, the excitement, the first 3 days of training camp, they had over 15,000 fans.
That's unbelievable.
Come out to training camp out in Flowery Branch. So the excitement was there. Fans were electric. They were on that hill. It was 142 degrees, but it was still out there.
On 2nd and 17, the deep ball down the field completes. Jackson Meeks still free. And Jackson Meeks down to the 18. Lamar Jackson finally brings him down. That is a 68-yard completion from Kyle Allen to the rookie Jackson Meeks out of Syracuse.
Yeah, Falcons caught in cover 4, which means they had 2 guys playing a quarter of the field. Outside leverage by Lamar Jackson. And look at him just crease both guys here. And a really well-thrown football away from the cornerback by Kyle Allen, and Meeks does rest with a big-time catch and run after the catch as well.
How about the play by Meeks to avoid the back judge as well? Now Allen, the tuck, run with it. To the outside, he's going to run out, scamper out after a pickup of 8. So Kyle Allen, who comes in for Hendon Hooker with that huge completion. And that was on 2nd and 17.
Yeah, you want to see how your young defenders respond now, right? Last time they were in the same position, and you got the strip force fumble, got the ball back, still holding the Lions scoreless here, and you get a couple deep passes at you. You're winded a bit, got some hands on their hips. Who's going to rise up and go make a play to knock them back a bit?
Zach Horton lined up at fullback, motions out. Hand off to Small, and Small gets wrapped up as he gets to the 11-yard line. Natron Brooks. So this will bring up 3rd and 2. And the way that we have seen Dan Campbell, you kind of figure this is 2-down territory right now.
Yeah, it's preseason. You want to see what your offense can do. I mean, it's a chip shot field goal. You're not having a field goal or a kicker controversy. This is all about trying to get these guys extra reps in real game action. And I'm sure Raheem Morris would love to see it as well, but he would love for them to be able to get off the field right now, too.
Greg Reynolds now in the backfield here on 3rd and 2. Allen lofting one to the end zone. That one is caught. Touchdown, Tesla. 11-yard touchdown pass from Kyle Allen to Isaac Tesla.
Tesla did a great job of getting separation there. D. Alford kind of getting caught up in the traffic a bit, and you got to have those eyes wide, and you know if you're going to have a switch off, you can't get caught up down in the wash. Not able to react in time.
Boy, it looks like part of the communication was a little off, too, because you see he had a little false step there, and that's gave him the leverage to get on the corner. Is that something that you got to talk about before the play?
That's a pre-snap call, so you could be right. You know, I don't want to throw D. Alford under the bus there, but it could have been a communication issue.
Bates on for the extra points, and it's now 7-3. Lions leading the Falcons here with 2:18 to go. Tesla, the rookie out of Arkansas, with that touchdown reception. Time now for Winning in the Trenches, presented by Georgia Power. It's the defense, guys, what we've seen.
Yeah, T.Q. Graham winning that one-on-one battle. Talking about getting up north and playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. T.Q. Graham, another guy fighting for his spot on this defensive line. Arnold Ebiketie coming around the edge, beating his guy one-on-one. You see Jaden Pierce pushing the pocket as well. His defensive line, they've done it all with just 4 guys rushing the passer. This is what an ideal front would look like for Jeff Ulbrich, who you see right there going through the film, watching all the guys. When you see some of these guys up front in this position battle, Contavious Street, we've already seen Morgan Fox who played, T.Q. Graham, we had a tackle for loss. This is a deep defensive front now. There are a lot of guys vying for a couple spots in there. As we talked about, no Grady Jarrett anymore. Who's going to be that next guy that takes that next step? Is it a Brandon Dorless? Is it a Luke Ororo? Obviously, Onyemata is a seasoned veteran, but you got a lot of depth inside that trenches here.
Yeah, and you see that energy, you feel that tempo and that pace that we haven't really seen from the defense here. And this new scheme brought in by Jeff Ulbrich, it's reflective of who he is as a person and was as a player. I used to hate playing against this guy. He had a mohawk. He was one of those guys when you're playing on special teams, the first guy you put up, this is the one we need to be aware of. It was that guy right there. And he's bringing that intensity and that passion. And his players seem to be mirroring his philosophy, which is go get it now. And it's fun to watch.
Well, they love the community. They're all about the community. And the rookies are learning that firsthand about what it means to be an Atlanta Falcon, but also to give back to the community. That's going to give so much to you.
It's the type of organization where you don't see your community work for some of the guys on the team as something you have to do. Here, it just feels like I get to do this. You see those smiles on those kids' faces, and they just really set you up for success to make an impact on lives. And I know we have a high school football team here tonight. We have a flag football team here being highlighted. Can't wait to watch the halftime. Lots of touchdowns, we hope.
It'll be Jake Bates to kick off. Elijah Dotson Tron Brooks are back to receive. This will be Brooks taking it down the sideline as he scampers out shy of the 35-yard line. So this Falcons team, guys, we know they're exciting, but this is just further validating the excitement. Look at the primetime games already the Falcons are scheduled for this year.
We talked about the excitement. We talked about people wanting to see him, not just here in Atlanta, but on a national scale. That's Monday night games, Sunday night, Thursday night. They're going to be in prime time because people saw what happened at the end of the season last year. They're going to score a lot of points, and now you got a defense that's doing the same thing, looking like the offense can match.
Easton Stick is 9 of 12. Of those 9 completions, 7 are to Drummond. And this time, he spreads it out to Joshua Simon, tight end, rookie out of South Carolina.
Great opportunity here, 2-minute drive to see what this offense can do. See Stick go through the process.
Exactly 2-minute drive, right?
Exactly.
It's a 2-minute warning. 7 of 3. Lions leading the Falcons here in the second quarter. Corbett in the backfield. Pressure coming. Stick gets rid of it. To the sideline. Jump ball. And that's hauled in. Chris Blair goes up to get it.
How about that ball placement?
Love it. Love it. They go blitz like you just mentioned. You get 4 verticals, find your best matchup. And Chris Blair uses his body, uses his size to go up and get him. Boy, you mentioned it. Put it in a great place for him to go get the football.
Easton Stick is on fire right now. He's 11 of 14. You can't put that ball in a better place. He's poised out there. He's getting pressured at time. Doesn't matter. He's running this offense very well.
It's a 30-yard completion. This opens up the playbook as they pass to Drummond again. And this kid Drummond, Dylan Drummond, out of Eastern Michigan. They say they love what they've seen out of him so far in camp. He's got 8 catches in the first half.
You know how many targets he got?
8.
8. So you're telling he's getting the football and he's making sure he do something with it, but Drummond's making an egg.
2nd and 4. Pass caught again by Blair. He gets the first down. Tackled at the 17-yard line. 13-yard completion. The clock continues to move. 50 seconds. Falcons have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Lofted pass to the tight end, Simon. And he's out of bounds after picking up about 4 yards.
Stick is absolutely on fire right now. He knows exactly where to put that ball. He knows who's going to likely win their matchup when it's man-to-man. You have to be really impressed if you're Zach Robinson watching this happen. And this is an important player on this team, right? Because we have Kirk Cousins as a backup right now, but as soon as a player gets injured on another contender, Kirk Cousins might be getting the call to get traded, right? So Easton Stick proving that he's a viable option as a backup quarterback in Atlanta.
2nd and 6. Stick to the end zone. There's a hold. It doesn't matter. Touchdown, Chris Blair, 13 yards.
Pass interference. Defense number 36. The Spanish decline. He's up to the play. The touchdown.
Great job of Stick there, looking off the center field safety, coming back and putting that ball, dropping it in the bucket shot.
But here's where he's wanted. He's wanted at the line of scrimmage. They went press man, and he beat him off the line of scrimmage, got him on his hip, and then you mentioned a unbelievable, just great throw on the other side. And we talk about the wide receiver battle. I think we know who the top 4 guys are, but you talk about that 5th and 6th receiver. Drummond's made a name for himself today. Chris Blair, we can see 2 really nice catches to end this drive. And Stick, how about him? Put the ball in the places it needs to be and go get 6.
Lenny Craig on for the extra point. And the Falcons take the lead, 10-7 here in the first half.
That's where a quarterback is most comfortable. It looked like Easton Stick was even more comfortable in that moment, throwing it all over the yard, and it showed.
Lenny Craig making sure this one is going to be returned. It's taken by Reynolds, has to backtrack to get it. Good coverage there on special teams. Well, tickets for the Georgia Tech football. taking place at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this year, went on sale to the general public today at Ticketmaster. Hurry and get those before that game sells out. You see clean, old-fashioned hate.
Yeah.
It's like what we have here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, wait, no, I love you guys. What am I talking about?
Shock, you know all about that rivalry, one of the best in all of college sports. What's it like?
It's an unbelievable game. Obviously, two schools in-state rivals is always fun, but to play it right here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that's going to be awesome.
Kyle Allen, 30 seconds left. All 3 timeouts remaining. Steps up, loses the ball, has to cover up and does. Another forced fumble. This time it's recovered by the Lions.
Brandon Dorless again showing up, his hustle, his pursuit. Look at this time, he's got a little bull rush going, he swims, he's pulling out.
And those are first and second year guys on that D-line. Look out.
What a way to respond. The offense, after they just got scored on, comes back.